What a matchup we got in Central Florida this weekend where UCF goes into the swamp for a huge game. These two teams, they recruit the same area, they're from the same area. They got a lot of, quote unquote bad blood between these guys. A lot of these guys know each other. So this will be a fun one to watch. Now, Florida is coming off of a bye week. UCF is coming off an embarrassing loss to Colorado. So where do we go from here, man? I felt like I had a better pulse on this game 2 weeks ago than I do now. Where it was like UCF was rolling, they were being pretty solid contenders in the Big 12, and Florida was, reeling a little bit, although they just pulled away from Mississippi State. So maybe there was some spark, but now, man, I don't know. UCF just got their doors blown off them by Colorado. They went into that game as a 2-touchdown favorite. They came out of that game as losing by more than 2 touchdowns. So a lot at stake for these two teams in very different ways. UCF still wants to remain a Big 12 contender. Now, obviously, this game doesn't count to the Big 12, but they want to make sure that they're going back into the Big 12 play with some confidence and hopefully a win over Florida to get them there. And then Florida, on the other hand, man, where are we going from here? Did the bye week help them? Did it maybe hurt them that they're now getting maybe a little bit more relaxed and not buying into the season? Or did the week off, say a time to recharge and all right, we know we got hell ahead of us for our schedule. This one is a really important one. We need to get this one and come and recharge and get prepared for the rest of the season. So we'll see, man. This one is going to be huge for Billy Napier. Billy Napier desperately needs this game. If he drops this game, and knowing with what he has in front of him on his schedule, man, he is already not in the most advantageous spot, but this one is really not going to help his case. So this one is really big for Florida and for Billy Napier. So dive into the game a little bit. UCF, man, their run game is wild. They got a really solid run game. That is the best part of their game. They have Penny Boone and R.J. Harvey, and you add in K.J. Jefferson there. They have some serious threats who can get to you on the ground. Now, Florida's D-line is solid, but they're not anything special. I think they took a step back from last year. Obviously, they lost Princely, who was their best guy. But I think this is going to be the matchup of the game, the UCF offense versus the Florida D-line and their front seven. I think whoever wins that battle will likely win the game. Now, Florida secondary, I think a way for UCF to really take control of this game is for KJ Jefferson to expose this Florida secondary, because that's where they've been the most vulnerable this year, and teams are putting up a lot of points against that secondary. Now, obviously, that's not their biggest strength, but if you can really get an established running game to open up the pass game, I think you can come away with a victory here. On the flip side, we got Florida. Now, is it going to be Graham Mertz? Are we getting DJ Lagway? Where are we going here? We're going to get a mix of both, which is really what I probably anticipate. I'm really hoping they go with Lagway here. I think you'll get more explosives from Lagway. You can also build up on the future, get him experience. So we'll see where they go from there, but I have to imagine it's going to be a pretty good mix of the both of them. But so the line right now is UCF minus 2.5. I think it started with UCF -1, then flipped to Florida. Now UCF minus, it's been kind of all over the place. I think I would lean UCF minus 2.5, but I'm not betting here. This game is too much of a stay away from here and too many variables. I don't know what version of these teams I'm going to get, so I'm staying away. But I would lean UCF minus 2.5. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.